link on YouTube under my screen name Big Wheels Turning on my new 2009 yellow Tmax 500. Love this thing. I've had it out on the ride, and let's see, how many miles have I got on it? 67 miles. And just love this thing. Can't wait until I get it broken in and get it going up. The thing I'm going to do today is we're going to go through, we're going to pull off the front housing to get to the battery, because I have a jumper for my little battery tender junior to install, so I don't have to get in and put clips on it. So we're going to go through this step by step of taking off panels A and then B underneath and pulling off the mirrors. Also with these models, the mirrors fold back, so in case you go down they don't get too damaged, but also for storage or whatever. And then I guess if you're someplace where you can filter, you can pull them back to get through cars and stuff. So I'm going to go over and I'll show you what you're going to have in your toolkit, because I'm going to do that with the toolkit, because also besides the battery being under here, all the main fuses and the secondary fuse systems are under here. So if you've broken down and the headlights don't work, tail lights don't work, the cops got you pulled on the side of the road, you're going to be able to figure out how to get this through to get down there to figure out what's wrong. I don't know why they put them in there, the fuse systems underneath this hidden in way instead of under the seat someplace, but we'll go through. But first I'm going to show you what we have in the way of tools that come with it. Okay, in a handy dandy little toolkit that's rolled up underneath the seat, we had the bag that came in, and then the helmet carrier that fits over that loop in there, but I don't know how well that's going to hold up. I haven't tried that yet. So you got this big old long wrench, and I haven't figured out where it goes yet. And then the other wrench, in order to get to it, I think this probably has to do a lot with the wheels, getting off the axles and stuff. So we got a 17 and a 14, and an 8 and a 10. We're going to need the 10 in order to get the mirrors off. A screwdriver with Phillips and straight blades on it. A torque wrench, which I know you'll need to get the foot plates and stuff off in order to start popping off panels. And then a couple Allen wrenches. Looks like maybe it's a 3 and a 5. I can't tell with these glasses. Oh well. That's it. That's all you get. So we're going to use the tools that come with it to take off everything. To get off the panel A's, grab up on these sides right here. Just gently pull up on both sides. And then this part in the middle pulls out down. And then I'll show you how to get the little plugs out. Here are the little plugs. And they have the little detent, and then right now they're extended out. As you can see, the tip has gone in. So push them back to where you see the little thing coming up. And then that's how you insert them into the hole. And then to set them, just push in on the little pin here, and you hear kind of a click, and then that's how those work. And then the front end just comes off like that. So you got these pins up here, or tits, or slits, or slots, or whatever you want to call them, and then you got these pointy things, and then you got clips down in here that you can see. You got some little shoulders on them that have to pop in. So, okay, the next thing we have to do is pull back these rubber things that fit in. And we'll pull this other guy off, and then we take our 10 millimeter bolt or wrench. Okay, now we've got some screws to remove on both sides. There's one down here low in the central, and then 2 on the sides and 1 up here. So you have 7 screws to take off, and we'll use our factory screwdriver, and they're not that tight. And they may be even plastic screws, I don't know. So you know where those are, and then we'll I'll stop them. Okay, I've got all the screws off, and they're plastic screws. So be really careful when you thread them back in. Don't force them try to get them just barely turning with the screwdriver so that they go back in. If you try to jam them, get them crosswise, then you're going to ruin the screw and maybe the housing that fits in. So they're all loose, and here comes panel B off. Now we got some more those little plugs in order to get the rubber covering off in here, and I'll go ahead and do that, and we'll come right back. I've got the rubber pad off, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these little plugs, and I pushed on one just a little bit too hard, but luckily it went flying through the front end and landed on the floor. So you got to be careful of that. So we're down to the battery right in here. I'm getting in a little more than what I want to. To get a good connection down to the battery here, I'm going to have to disassemble the whole damn thing. So I pulled off the windshield and this fairing right here, and it's got Velcro on the back at the top. So I'm getting down. I just need to get to this thing. I don't know why they don't have it a little more accessible, but it looks like I got to tear everything apart to get to it. So, well, I accomplished my task. I was trying to get it in on the right-hand side drawer, but there's just too much stuff on the right-hand side of this bike, but it's a pretty clear path across the top of the battery over to the left. So I punched a hole in that little white button you see at the end of the glove box on the left-hand side, and cut out a spot for the cable to go through. And it was a battery tender junior, and I got it in and down, and so you got the fuse here, and I've got some squiggly plastic tubing. This stuff that I put on the outside of the wire to give it some wear protection, and then you got some little bright yellow nylon ties here to hold it in place, and then I got another big one that goes around one of these frame supports for the housing to keep it from wobbling around, and it keeps it from pretty much touching anything. You can see the flexible tubing that goes in right here, and I got it tied down to the battery, and then it comes around there. So and goes back into the dark pits of hell on this side. There's where it is, and I've got it come in there, and it's plugged in, so now I don't have to do anything when I charge the battery. So I don't know if it's something everybody's going to want to do, or if it's even possible. So, but it's a not something for the faint-hearted, and if you haven't any mechanical abilities, I wouldn't do it. So, well, it's back together. I don't know if this is going to be 1 or 2 videos, but I had a couple things I had to took the windshield off a couple times because the little rubber gaskets under the where the mirrors fit in the windshield there, I had them upside down until I took them and fitted them and said, oh, that's the way they go. And then when I put in panel B, I didn't have it hooked up on the top here. So other than that, everything is fine. Everything went back together, and I don't have any spare parts left over. So I guess that's a plus. So I'm going to fire it up, and I'm going to have to check the. Let's see. So now I just got to check the clock and reset it probably, and go ride this thing. Now I can plug in the battery without having to take all this thing off in case it goes dead. It's cold weather. I don't know how much I'm going to be riding. So one thing out of the way, but I'll tell you what, there's a lot going on up in here, and I can't. I can, but it's going to be interesting when I have to change one of these front light bulbs, because there's just a mass of wires and harnesses back in there. So it's like I'm going to enjoy it. Do it when I have to. Talk to you later.